Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel. Are you seeing double? Maybe. Yes, for sure you are. Today we're going to be talking about the independent version of the Prairie Majesty Oracle and the mass market version, which has just come out by Hay House, the Prairie Majesty Oracle mass market. We're going to do a little comparison, flip through. I'm going to talk through my thoughts on this deck in general, and let's get into it. Today we're just playing. I just want to sort of show you the difference in between the independent and the mass market. Again, talk through some of my thoughts, talk through how I feel about this edition, see if there's any major changes, that kind of stuff. So we're going to get into it. The one on the left here is the independent version, which was sent to me by Kara. It feels like not that long ago. I mean, I'm sure it's been months now, but I can't, what is time anyway? I feel like I haven't had it all that long. It feels relatively new and it's delightful, but it was actually sent to me in advance of my cardstock video and it ended up being such a delight. So here is the box. We have sturdy two-piece. It's this really pretty like spring green on the bottom, and it's got this beautiful lavender on the inside of the top with this little bug and flowers. I guess that's a bee. You guys, oh my gosh, we're like 30 seconds in and I already can't identify something. Anyway, I love how in the bottom of the box here it says explore your sovereign nature. I think that's amazing and wonderful. So this is the independent version of the box, and it's got a soft matte kind of finish. It's lovely. We have our guidebook, which does have full color images in it, as well as these like sort of colored page edges so you can navigate to the different suits. There are suits in this deck that are associated with the elements. So we have, I think they were elements. Oh, no, that's right. They weren't elements. They were do cards, know cards, feel, and claim. I think that's claim. And I think that was about claiming your power. So really cool that there is a system and a structure to this deck. And you'll notice that structure shows up in the colored banners on the bottom of the cards. So the yellow cards, let's just make sure I don't speak wrong here. The yellow cards are the action cards, the do cards. These lavender cards are the know cards. The blue ones are the feels, and the green ones are the claim or reclaim. I always think of it as reclaim cards. And there's also some bonus cards. This is the independent version. Has a really beautiful sort of pink or rose gold kind of edging. Super gorgeous. Love that. Really nice matte cardstock. It feels like a UV matte. So that's what we get with the independent version of the deck. With the mass market, we have the same two-piece box. This one actually has some lovely spot gloss, UV gloss on the lid, which is super cool. We've got our Hay House logo. It seems like, I mean, they seem like they're going to be like the exact same size pretty much. So we still have the thumb cutouts. And it's like the colors are kind of reversed. Wait, hold on. So yeah, we have yellow and pink, this is the independent, and green and yellow in the mass market. So that's fun. They both say explore your sovereign nature, although funny enough, this is the bottom of the box in the independent, and this is the top of the box in the mass market. So they've put the explore your sovereign nature into the top of the box. That's really the difference here. And we have this other, we have a very similar sort of illustration on the inside here, which is super cute. Okay, so that's the box. We have a guidebook that looks like it's, gosh, these are really similar. So you can tell right away. So this is the mass market guidebook. This is the independent. The independent book does have all of these color accents, and the mass market does not. It looks like it's otherwise the same. It's just that it's in grayscale, which of course can help with printing costs. So that makes a lot of sense for a much more affordable mass market version of the deck. But everything else I think is identical. Let's just double check the page count. I think this is basically identical. 135 including the about the artist. This one has, oh, this one only has 120, 132. So there's actually a few extra pages in the mass market, and I'm not sure, that could just simply be, I don't know, extra copyright pages. There's definitely this about the artist thing in the back, about the author. It really looks like it's the same layout. So I don't know that the content's going to be all that different, but that is the biggest difference with the guidebook. I actually got to admit, I love these like little edged pages. That's such a silly little thing though. So kudos that it looks like we're going to have the same size guidebooks. That's awesome. And then we have the paper sleeve. It does not appear that there is any card damage. Sometimes these Hay House ones, the cards get a little bit dinged from that paper sleeve. So let's just check the card size. It looks like it might be slightly, oh no. Oh, it is ever so slightly different. Okay, so we have a slightly more rounded corner. So this, let me do it this way so it makes sense. These more rounded corners are the mass market cards, and the slightly smaller corner round is the independent. The card stock feels surprisingly similar. I will say this independent version feels snappier. Like this has got more bend to it. There might be I mean, is there a thickness difference? Let's just see. I mean, this one's got the gilding, but I feel like they're the same thickness. They feel like they're the same. They feel like the same. Yeah, they're the same exact thickness pretty much, but the cardstock is slightly different. Again, this feels just a little bit stiffer and snappier. They're going to shuffle the same. That's pretty cool. The colors and the card art itself looks pretty darn identical. The sky seems a little different. Let's zoom in close. The sky seems a little different in the mass market, but let's just do a quick little flip through. Oh, we have a different, hold on. We have beaver. Then we go to coyote, but over here we have bobcat. So this is an extra, so I'm going to set it up there. Coyote, what energizes me? Dragonfly. Emerge. That's the pattern tiger, excuse me, eastern tiger swallowtail. Grasshopper. Killdeer with strut. These cards look basically identical. There's a very slight color difference. That's just a printing variation. Ever so slightly like more saturated maybe in the mass market, but it's very slight, y'all. It's like the brown is a little deeper. The yellow is a little deeper. So far, these match. And Prairie Fire. So we have bison. Map. What? Did I just say map? Oh, that's the keyword. Sorry. Compass plant. Crow, deer mouse, great blue heron, same keywords, same artwork, great horned owl, ladybug, mallard, stink bug, lined ground squirrel, 13 lined ground squirrel, white-tailed deer. Oh! Wait. Something happened here. Is this the extra one? Yes. Okay, so from the squirrel, we have an extra here, which is walnut tree, and it says crack. What do I know without knowing why or how? Okay, so I think are we getting an extra card per suit? That's really cool. So then we have white-tailed deer, trust, cottonwood. I don't know how to say this one. Dick Sissel, earthworm, eastern cottontail, elk, honeybee. Thank you for telling me what you are. Leopard frog. So here's our extra in the feels. Water, I'm assuming water. The yellows are feels. Yellows are feels. River. Am I receiving peace? Turkey vulture for digest. Wild bergamot, wind, and now we're on to the green cards, which are claim. So we have defend. Sorry, I keep switching between keywords and animals. These are badgers, big blue stem, black-footed ferret, and here's our extra. It looks like we have a box turtle for carry. What is always mine? Oh, I love that. Okay. And then we have, what do I give and receive? We have the butterfly milkweed. We have Luna moth, meadowlark, mountain lion, prairie king snake, and prairie soil. And these look different. It might just be completely in my head. It's almost like the flower seems small. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. Am I making that up? Do you guys see that? Anyway, this is the purple cone flower. And then we have the striped skunk. Then we have our sun, moon, sky, and star card. So the original deck has, does it say on the box here? Doesn't say how many cards. 48. Okay. And then the Hay House version has 52. So there's an extra 4 cards. So that is our biggest difference, it looks like. So as a reminder, our 4 extra cards, so I kept them separate here. We have the Bobcat in the yellow suit. I'm just going to stop trying to name it. We have the Bobcat. How can I go higher? Climb. Love that. Then we have the Walnut Tree. I really liked this one. What do I know without knowing why or how? Then we have the leopard. That was it, right? Was that it? Yeah, Leopard Frog was our extra. Am I flowing through Metamorphosis? And then we have the Box Turtle, What is Always Mine. So those are our extra cards. I feel like I put these in a weird order. So we have pink. Yeah, okay. So now they're kind of roughly in their original order. So the only major production difference that I can feel, the only thing that's especially noticeable is that the mass market is not gilded, which makes sense. The corners have more of a rounding, which actually gives the deck a softer feel. And the cardstock is just a little less snappy. So it's very subtle, the differences. I think that Hay House did a really nice job with translating this indie deck into a mass market version. As far as how, oops, I was doing all that with super zoomed in. I hope you could see that. As far as how I enjoy using this deck, I find that it does really well. So you guys have talked about that I like to place a center oracle card and use that to ask a question of a tarot, and then I'll draw a tarot card, and then I use that answer to ask a follow-up question. This kind of deck with these questions on it is so great for this. The only other deck I can think of that I have in my collection that does this is the Outgrow Yourself Oracle and Tarot, which has questions on it. And this is also really wonderful for journal work because you're getting these questions asked so you can really follow up in your reading. I find that it makes a good clarifier deck. And it's nice to have a oracle deck that has these darker backings, which may sound really superficial, but every once in a while, if I'm working with a darker colored tarot, it's nice to have an oracle deck to pull that isn't really pale or light colored in the background. I have usually been working with it with the bonus cards pulled out. However, there are little entries in the guidebook for these bonus cards. I'll just make sure it's in the mass market too. Yes. So you have this page here that talks about these extra cards. So Sun is external, extroverted, outward, visible, etc. Moon is internal, introverted, reflective, hidden, etc. Sky is expansive, freeing, open, big picture. And Star is connections, here and otherworldly, community, support, ancestors, and guides. And there is some discussion here. It says the celestial cards indicate movement of energy. See page 10 for suggestions on use. And if you come back to page 10, it does indeed talk about the celestial cards. And that is the exact same page number it references in the independent version of the deck, which tells me the book layout is basically identical, which is wonderful. So this is a really delightful little deck, and especially if you can snag it from Hay House, which is, oh, what have I done? Oh, the bottom is still in the box. Okay. If you can snag this from Hay House at such an affordable price, or from your local bookseller, I think that's great. You could also edge the cards in like a really nice contrasting color, or even in black. I think it would look really nice with black edges, actually. I think that would be lovely. Nice sturdy box, a lovely guidebook. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with the mass market on this. So especially if you miss the independent, I think if I were, the changes here are subtle, and you also get extra cards, which for some people could actually be the thing that pushes you over the edge. I think for my own practice, I'm going to stick with the independent, mostly because I've already worked with it and been using it and enjoying it. So I think I'm going to stick with my original version. But it's really cool to be able to see how they compared. And now this was sent to me by the creator through Hay House so that I could share it with you guys and kind of do a bit of a compare and contrast. I'm pretty pleased with what they've done here. I think it's nice. And I've had some hit or miss experiences with some Hay House decks lately, but I think they've done a really beautiful job with this. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the comparison. Let me know what you think of either version. If you have one of these versions, chime in down below. Let us know how it's working for you. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. As always, do remember to click the like button, subscribe, click the little bell, do all the good things. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys.